July 2021 was supposed to be a month of celebration for Tesla, thanks to the opening of its self-styled Gigafactory in the tranquil German municipality of Grünheide, just outside Berlin. But as a courtesy of fierce environmental resistance, red tape and planning tweaks, it is completely unclear when the first vehicles will roll off the production line of the electric carmaker's first European factory. Don't forget to watch today's video in full to learn about Germany's desperate attempts to shut down Tesla and Elon Musk. Tesla has already pushed back the expected opening to late 2021. Yet the environmental agency in Brandenburg, the state where the €5.8 billion, $6.9 billion for perspective plant is being built, has still not been given final approval, meaning a further delay cannot be ruled out even into 2022. The environmental concern angle. The electric carmaker has been clearing forest land near the capital, Berlin, for its first European car and battery plant. However, the site partly overlaps a drinking water protection zone and borders on a nature reserve, which has drawn heavy opposition from local residents and environmental groups. Opponents have argued this will endanger the habitats of lizards and snakes on the environmental front. A court in Frankfurt in der Oder ordered forest clearing to be halted, pending further examinations. A similar court order was made earlier this year about Tesla's plans for what it calls the Gigafactory in Grünheide, in the eastern state of Brandenburg. The earlier ruling was in response to concerns about wildlife and the water supply. Tesla has not publicly commented on the latest ruling, resulting from an ongoing legal dispute with the Nature and Biodiversity Conservation Union, NABU, and Green League. A final decision on the case is still pending. The environmentalist groups say Tesla's deforestation will destroy the habitats of sand lizards and smooth snakes, both of which are protected species. They have also expressed concern that the building work will disturb these reptiles during their winter hibernation. Even Tesla cannot and must not place itself above the law, said Heinz-Harald Mascher, chairman of the Green League in Brandenburg, in a statement. To much fanfare, Tesla's boss, Elon Musk, announced plans for the factory last November and said he aimed to have it operational by 1 July 2021. The aim is to produce 500,000 cars a year. Mr. Musk has also said the company is looking at building the world's largest battery factory at Grünheide, alongside its car plant. But the site has become a flashpoint between environmentalists and Germany's Christian Democrat and Free Democrat parties, who fear the issue could damage the country's attractiveness to businesses. The dispute has also highlighted the risks for the U.S. carmaker, which has not been officially granted permission to build a factory. Tesla has been granted permission by Germany's Environment Ministry to begin site preparations at its own risk. This has involved clearing about 91 hectares, 225 acres of forest and the felling of thousands of trees. But Tesla's permission to start construction hinges on approval by local authorities, who have to consult environmental groups and the local community. Building work was also set back after 7 bombs dating from World War II were discovered on the site. Tesla held a consultation process with local residents and groups in October, and over 400 complaints and observations were lodged. After concerns about the impact the factory could have on local water resources, the firm agreed to cut its water consumption. Tesla currently has 2 gigafactories in the US and 1 in Shanghai, China. Earlier this year, Tesla overtook Toyota as the world's most valuable carmaker. The water problems. To build such a plant in a protected drinking water area is actually a crime against the environment, said Manila Hoyer, who lives about 9 kilometers from the site and is a member of a local campaign opposed to it. Her comments reflect a broader trend in Germany that has also seen renewable projects, such as wind farms, coming under fire from residents that fear the impact on the local habitat. However, the Tesla Incorporated boss, Elon Musk, laughed off a reporter's question about whether the carmaker's factory under construction in Germany will deplete the area's water supply. This region has so much water, look around you, Musk said Friday, breaking out in laughter during his visit of the site near Berlin. No, this is completely wrong. It's like water everywhere here. Does this seem like a desert to you? It's ridiculous. It rains a lot. Water supplies are among the issues environmentalists have raised in objecting to the car and battery plant that has fallen months behind schedule. Tesla started cutting down trees to clear a space equivalent to 100 soccer fields early last year and is constructing the facility on top of the water table in the small town of Grünheide. Tesla released an annual impact report earlier this week in which it flagged concerns water is becoming increasingly scarce due to climate change. The company claimed it withdraws less of the resource per vehicle produced than the majority of established carmakers at facilities dedicated to vehicle manufacturing. The efficient manufacturing design we are implementing at our new factories in Texas and Berlin-Brandenburg will result in further reductions in our water usage per vehicle, the company said. Our goal is to have industry-leading low water usage per vehicle, even when accounting for cell manufacturing. Questions posed by victims of East Germany's former communist dictatorship. The factory was set to receive the $9.5 million seized from East Germany's former communist regime. However, victims of East Germany's former communist dictatorship asked why Elon Musk is receiving a $9.5 million subsidy from the regime's trust fund to help build a Tesla gigafactory in Berlin, AP News reported. UOKG, the association representing the victims, said it supports the factory's construction, but not Tesla's use of public funds seized from the former dictatorship. The victims asked why the state government of Brandenburg is helping the third richest man in the world, adding that the money could instead fund the construction of schools, elderly care homes, daycare centers, or victim memorials. It's not right that multi-billionaire Musk should put the risks and side effects of his project on the public shoulders, but keep all the profits for himself, local politician Katharina Slanina said. Wrestling bureaucracy. The company also sparred with Germany's biggest labor union, IG Metall, which represents metal workers in the auto industry and other sectors. I think there could be less bureaucracy. That would be better, the CEO told reporters at the Grünheide site in May. Musk pushed back the factory's official opening to late 2021 as Tesla continues to await full approval from Brandenburg's environmental authorities. The CEO said recently that he hopes to produce the first cars in the German gigafactory by October. The battery cell plant delay. Tesla's construction plans had to be fully resubmitted earlier to reflect the addition of battery cell production to the site, costing valuable months. The Grünheide plant comprises several units to handle component manufacturing and final vehicle assembly, including a press shop, foundry, and body production. It also includes a water recycling facility, a local fire brigade, as well as a depot to ensure more efficient transport of components and other goods. Under the plans, the site's power needs are to be met via local, renewable energy sources. But adding battery cell production meant the company had to tweak and refile the whole application. Based on the most recent version, the plant will have the capacity to produce 500 million cells totaling 50 gigawatt-hours (GWh) a year. That's more than the 40 GWh facility rival Volkswagen plans to set up about 300 kilometers west in Salzgitter near its home base. The factory's loyal supporters. Tesla's move is seen by many as a major boost to Eastern Germany, which has struggled with high unemployment rates and difficulties to attract large industrial firms. Once fully up and running, the plant, which Tesla said will be the most advanced high-volume electric vehicle production plant in the world, is expected to create 12,000 jobs and have a capacity of up to 500,000 cars a year. We're in favor of a shift towards emission-free mobility, and the cars needed to achieve that must be built somewhere, said Ralph Schmilowski, a member of the Greens Party in Grünheide's neighboring town, Erkner. He said Tesla's plans also address a demographical issue, which has seen younger generations to leave the structurally weak area in their desperate search for jobs. Now they have a perspective and don't have to move. Assessing the future. Until mid-July, members of the public can safely sift through the roughly 11,000 pages of Tesla's application documents, including blueprints, tables, and calculations, in the town hall of Grünheide, in the third time they have been put on display. When the documents were last made available publicly, in 2020, more than 400 objections were raised. After that, there is no clear timeline. At some point, the agency is expected to grant final approval. But when exactly, your guess is as good as ours. With that, we end today's video. Don't forget to join in next time for more of such interesting content.